What's up guys, Tevy here back again with another episode of Let's Play Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. In the last episode, we finished up the Peach and Bowser interludes, and now in today's episode, we're actually going to get started on doing the groundwork to starting Chapter 5. So, as Professor Franklin said, we should check the dock to get more information about the next location we gotta go, which is Keyhaul Key. So that's why we're going to talk to these guys down here, and we learned that this ship belongs to an explorer named Favio. And we can probably find him over in, I forget how to pronounce it, like Paldio's Tavern, which is in Tavio's Plaza. That's within, I just can't talk. It's in this area. It's actually like the bar that's underneath this inn that we've been constantly going in and out of. At least I have. So it's the guy with the fancy hat over here. Monetary wealth gives me freedom, yes, and freedom gives me wealth of spirits. And yet, why is it that a man whose life is unchained must always long for yet more? Ah, what is missing from my life? This tears at my very insides. I must know, what do I lack? Probably thrills? Thrills, you say? Ah, I suppose one does need some thrills every now and then. There is nothing like the feeling of being alone on a mountain shivering to death. Ah, no, foolish Favio, not chills, you silly man. What I need are thrills. Wait, hold the horses. That is it. Now that I am thinking of it, I once heard of the treasure of Cortez, the Pirate King. Yes, this is the answer. Oh, such happiness for me. I hunt for pirate treasure. Why, that just shrieks of romance and thrills and emotion and even more money, so it doesn't matter what you pick. It'll all end up in that eventually. Do you not know the tale? The Pirate King's treasure hidden on Keyhaul Key? The only pirate treasure I know of is of the One Piece, sir. Well, tales say that Pirate King Cortez hid his hoard of pirate booty there. For years, treasure hunters and ruffians have gone there in search of the loot. But not a single one of them has ever returned. Oh, the horror makes my back tingle. People here whisper that the ghost of Cortez attacks all who seek his treasure. It is because of those very rumors that people no longer go to Keyhaul Key. But that will not stop Favio. That treasure is there, yes, and I am going to prove it. For I am Favio, trader extraordinaire, millionaire, sailor of the seven seas. What is that you are saying? You are also looking for a treasure here in Rogueport? Why talk such craziness? There isn't anything like that in this dull armpit of a town. You cannot be believing each stupid rumor about treasures some street urchin spews on. Okay. No. And no. Now what madness comes bursting from your mouth? You have a treasure map? Well, hand it over. Rather, show me. You are having a joke on me. This map leads straight to Keyhaul Key. You swine! You mean to steal my treasure out from under my nose? You awful, awful man! Well, now I'm confused. You are looking for things known as the crystal stars? Oh, yeah. But now that I'm thinking, a star-shaped stone was said to be in Cortez's hoard. How convenient. Perhaps I could sell it to a staggering amount of cash, yes? That would be... Ah, stop such thoughts, Favio. What you need is romance, thrills, and emotion. I cannot ignore what is this business before me suggests. This must be fate at work. Favio shall go with you to Keyhaul Key. Of course, the crystal star is yours, yes, but the rest of the treasure is mine. You must repeat that? Favio's ears are plugged. You have no ship? Ha 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 ha. You unfortunate foolish man, do you not know who I am? I will have a ship ready in no time, and it will be massive and glorious. Splendid, splendid, splendid. Let us begin preparations immediately, shall we? I will volunteer myself as our intrepid leader, yes, and you will be captain. Ah, danger and adventure tickle my nostrils. Come to the harbor right away. Alright, and with that, we now gotta ride over to Chapter 5, but there is still a bit more work that needs to be done, so let's go ahead and talk to Favio. Oh, actually, switch over to Jesse just because he moves faster, but as you can see, the shop owner is outside his shop, so that means something must have come in, and I will probably check on it at a later date. So instead, let's go over to Favio's ship and talk with him to see what else we really need to get started. Ah yes, so it is you. Ah, well sadly a slight problem seems to have popped up. But feast your eyes on this outrageously fantastic ship. She is a fine vessel, no? She is the SS Favion, the queen of the countless ships in my personal fleet. The raw majesty of her hull, the pomp and circumstance, None can compare to her. Ah, behold the elegant curve of her prow. She cuts through the very soul. Don't you agree? But she is not just a beauty. She is a savage beach on the water, tops among sailboats. But above all, I tell you, this proud ship can... Ah, yes? Did you speak? Yes, 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 of course. The problem that has sprung up. I have completely forgotten about it. Yes, says Fabian, she bewitches me. Yes, well, here's the issue. We have no navigator. He ran off. The dog. The navigator, of course, is the highest ranked helmsman. They steer ships, you know. Now here is the real problem. The waters around Keyhaul Key are deadly dangerous. We need an absurdly skilled helmsman for our navigator. It is, how you say, a pickle. Oi, Fabio! Heard you talking there, sir. If you don't mind me saying, I might have a solution. Do not tease me, Papatch. You can solve our problem, then spit it out already. Well, sir, I've heard talk of a legendary sailor living in Ropeport. Yeah, I think he's called Admiral Bobbery, a salty old sea dog by all accounts. But he said he have a helmsman's touch, sir. He can make any ship bow to his will. The thing is, there ain't a soul who's seen him on the seas of late. Bassa boom! Problem solved. Let us scout out this Bobbery fellow and get him aboard. As is customary, my captain will handle all negotiations. That would be you, Mario. That does sound fair, everyone, does it not? No complaints. Aye, aye, sir. Aye, aye. Sounds fair, sir. I'm aboard. Good plan. Then it is decided. You must find this Bobbery and bring him here. Our fortune sails with you. Alright. So we gotta go find this Admiral Bobbery fellow. And, if you guys have been watching, a few videos ago, when I actually went to go get some sign sprites off screen with Yoshi and Vivian, we actually did meet this Bobbery fellow. He is that bomb that lives in the house on the east side, who I kind of just like stole his stuff from the back of his room. So yeah, we gotta go talk to him now. For a bomb blowing up like that, throwing a punch for an ordinary bloke, if you want to leave the biggest impression, you gotta do a whiff. Okay. Yeah, no, I don't know why I'm even talking to this guy. He doesn't really tell me anything new. I think to figure out where Bobbery is, you come in here to start speaking to the guys in the tavern, because they might have an inkling. I believe it is going to be the barkeeper over here that really has it. Admiral Bobbery? Yeah, I know him. You know that house just past the wall in the eastern part of town? That's his. I know, I've been in there. But I think both you and he would be better off if you just let him be. And he just repeats it, but not really in the mood to listen to what he has to say, because I don't really got a choice in this. We need him in order to get the next Crystal Star. So, no matter what he has going on, we kind of need him to drop it so we can go ahead and do our thing. Sound cool? Sounds cool. Alright, let's go see him. Since we've already unlocked the door before, I don't have to do it again. So we could just straight up come over here and talk to him. But, just for you guys who haven't seen it, here's how you go about getting to his house. You want to come over here with Yoshi, little dash across, and then we want to be Batman and go across the rooftops and everything. Waddle across here, and then once we get to his chimney, we're going to roll up into our little tube form and pop on down, and that's when you'll get the cutscene that I showed you guys before. And then, poof, we're in here, and now we'll talk to him. Admiral Bobbery, I haven't the faintest idea what you're talking about. Now if you please, drop the axe, Super Stash. We already found out that you're Admiral Bobbery. What poppycock? Tell me, what would you want with me if I were this chap? You say your ship needs a navigator, and you want me to do the job, So sorry, but you'll have to look elsewhere. I shall set sail upon the sea nevermore. But that's just not cool. You want to see me beg or something? Is that it? You have to come along. Only you can get us safely to Keyhaul Key. Awfully sorry, dear boy, but when I say no, what I mean is no. Alright, well, I guess we'll have to go back and figure out what we have to do now. What's the next move, Chief? This salty dude is going nowhere fast. I can't figure this guy out. What's his beef with the ocean anyway? You know what we ought to do? Go find someone who knows what this dude's deal is. And the only guy who knows what this dude's deal is the tavern owner that we've talked to that said we'd probably be better off leaving him alone, since he seems to have some type of inkling as to what's going on with Bobbery. So let's pay Pavio, or however we pronounce his name, a visit. You say Bobbery won't go to the sea, huh? Well, can't say that surprises me. The real question is, are you folks really sure you want Bobby back on the water? Oh, is that it? Now I see. You want to mount an expedition to Keyhaul Key? Rough seas out there. Most sailors would meet their ends. Not old Bobby, though. The fact of the matter is, Admiral Bobby's tale is sad. Horribly sad, actually. You'll probably end up crying, but I'll tell you to you if you really want me to. Please do, I can take it. In that case, get ready. Bobby's tale of woe goes something like this. Bobby was once married. He had a wife of enduring beauty named Scarlet. The two of them were madly in love, the sort of love reserved for fairy tales. Now, Bobby was a renowned sailor, so he was away from home for long periods of time. Scarlet never complained, though, and always waited faithfully for Bobby's return. And Bobby, his eye never drifted. He loved only Scarlet, truly and deeply. So they lived and found happiness where they could, and all was good for a time. But not all good things can last. It was a particularly icy winter when it happened. Scarlet fell ill. A virus? A passing cold? No one knew, but it soon turned serious. Bobby, at sea at long, lonely voyage, knew nothing of his bride's suffering. By the time he returned, Scarlet had succumbed. She was gone. Bobby, of course, blamed himself. My loving wife perished because of me. If I were not at sea, I could have nursed her to health. I could have saved her. He was overcome with such thoughts. They tormented him always, haunting his sleep. He has never gone out to sea since. Gee, what a downer. I guess that's a pretty good reason for hitting the ocean. You all know his tale now, so tell me, do you still want him to return to the sea? I mean, we really have no choice. Very well, I understand. If you're that determined, then I'll give you this. We got an old letter. The letter Scarlet wrote to Bobby on her deathbed. On her deathbed, Scarlet wrote Bobby a final letter. You hold it in your hands. I don't know what's written inside, but I can tell you what she told me as she lay dying. If I should succumb to this plague, and if my love should blame himself for my death, then give this letter to him so he may hear my voice. It was her last request. But when I saw Bobby in misery, trying to forget the pain as he mourned his wife, I just couldn't bring myself to present this letter to him. I regretted it ever since. You fucking should. Why would you hold on to this? Please, take this letter and do the deed I was too cowardly to do. Take it to Bobby. Listen, Potley, thanks a ton. We'll deliver this thing. You feel better, okay? Fuck him. He doesn't deserve to feel better. You should have given this to Bobby, or at least given it to someone else who could. That's, like, this game is meant for kids, but when it comes to stuff like this, it really gets me, like, how really hard they hit you with the feels when they're trying to. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and give Bobby the letter. And I don't know why I was about to, like, go to the rooftop. Can I just go in through the door? Switch out to Vivian. I want to see what she says. What? Oh, by Blayton's beard. Not you again. No matter how many times you entered me, entreat me, my stance is firm. Now away with you. Pardon? A letter, you say? For me? What? Scarlet? This is Scarlet's handwriting. Scarlet, my love. My love, if you're reading this letter, then I am no longer by your side. Because fate has stepped between us, I have decided to write you this letter. If you're reading this, I must have passed away while you were out at sea. I can only assume that you will blame yourself for it, my sweet Bobby. Although my life was short, you gave me more than a lifetime's worth of happiness. Though you will mourn, I beg that you remember that time, like love, is like a tide. You are one with the sea as you are one with me. Do not lose both your life's loves. Time, like love, is a tide. You are one with the sea as you are one with me. 1,000 pardons, but may I have a moment alone, if you please? Yes, love. I was happy. My sweet, sweet Scarlet. I love you still. Now then, you were looking for a navigator, I believe? Bound for Keyhaul Key?
Oh, yeah.
If you think an old sea-bomb like me is what you need, then let's shove off. Admiral Bravery, wonderful. Alright, so let's go ahead and head back over to the SS Favion with our new navigator. The ship's in the harbor, I must inspect her before you leave. I shall meet you there. Alright, and he just runs off without us. Before we do that, let's go ahead and talk to Luigi about what happened next on his pretty long story. I guess sounds good to me. Which part of my story you want to hear, bro? Tell me about Circuit Break Island. Well, like I said, it's a really long story, but here goes. Just as our boat arrived at Circuit Break Island, we heard this incredible racket. We soon found out that they hold kart races almost every day on the island. Whoever takes first place in the race gets to rule the island as king for that day. It's a pretty cool rule. Just as we got to the racetrack, they were holding the award ceremony. I couldn't believe my eyes. Right there, on the trophy they gave to the winner, it was another piece of the marvelous compass. I almost passed it away. I decided right then and there that the only thing I could do was enter the next race. I mean, I've driven in kart races before, so I thought I'd be okay. Boy, was I wrong. The karts were supercharged machines that could send you airborne with their exhaust. These vehicles were armed with missiles and bazookas. It was anything goes, bro. Of course, I wanted to get right out there pronto. These drivers were crazed. But I worked up my courage and signed up anyway, and my race day finally came. I got one of the best karts, the big green 01. I took my position at the start line. The light went green, I stomped the accelerator, and something bad happened. I was in reverse, the big green 01 walking backwards with me yelling. I crashed into the wall behind me hard enough to cut me off mid-screen. In one fell swoop, I dropped into last place and wrecked my racing machine. But it wasn't all bad news. All the other karts crashed because of my maneuver. Once I got in gear and took off, I was the only kart left. I won by a country mile, bro. I took the piece off of my trophy and added it to the marvelous compass. The compass came to life and pointed me toward Jazzafras Town in the east. Then I heard that voice. Princess Eclair's voice echoed in my ears again. Oh, my princess, random words would form poetry if spoken by your voice. I will most definitely save you. Just wait for me, Princess Eclair. Oh, sorry about that, bro. So after that, I got back on my boat and came back here to Roadport, and that's what's been up with me. Alright, so now that we know what's going on with Luigi, we can move on. Yeah, I'm Torque, and don't for a second think this dude's telling the whole story. The only reason I lent him my rig was because he got down on his knees and begged. And what happened? He's in it for 1 second before he completely totals it. Idiot. I'm not letting this dip out of my sight until he repays me the 5,000 coin repair cost. No, Luigi's ducking out on this. Let's see what Goombella has to say about him. That's Luigi's pal Torque. I hear he's like a total excellent mechanic. According to his Mechanics Weekly, that tool on his back can basically do anything. I mean, there's certain things he can't do. He seems ticked off though. I wonder what happened. If you heard Luigi's story, you'll know what happens. Alright, so now that we got Bobby on our side, we got everything set up to go into Chapter 5. This is going to be a good spot for us to end off this video, so thank you guys for watching this episode of Let's Play Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door. In the next episode, we'll go ahead to actually starting off Chapter 5 properly and see what we all have to do next and figure out exactly where the next crystal stars are located in Cortez's pirate treasure. So if you guys like the video, give the video a like, leave a comment, all those good things I'm going to say at the end of these episodes, and let me know how your day is going down in the comment section below. Until then, I'll see you guys later.